Assalamu alaikum and welcome to The Entrepreneur. Hope you guys are well at home. I've been very good and it is lovely to be back in the studio again. Again, I've got a fantastic individual with me, a very inspirational, especially in our community, and he's come up with something that you guys cannot do without, which is a fizzy drink, and we all love our fizzy drinks. How much of it is good or not, that's another story. You've heard of Mojo. I have got with me Zulfiquar Haider Chaudhry, CEO of Mojo Soft Drinks UK Limited. Welcome to the show, Haider bhai.
Assalamu alaikum, thank you for having me.
Nice to have you on the show, looking great, and especially the scarf. I'm loving it. How you been anyway? Good, yeah?
Very well, thank you.
Fantastic. Right. Tell me. Obviously, the show is about how you became an entrepreneur, right? But tell me, first of all, about the Mojo company that you represent.
Mojo belongs to the Akij Group, and it's a Bangladeshi brand that started in 2006.
Okay.
It started as a affordable drink for the people, because of course a lot of the people couldn't afford the expensive
Cokes
brand.
And stuff like that,
yes. The taste has taken years and years to get to where it is.
Right.
You can't just think you can come out with a cola. You need to hit a certain standard. You need to be able to hit a certain taste. You need to be able to hit a certain type of sweetness, a certain type of fizz. It needs to be fully satisfactory.
I agree.
And as a consumer, I boycotted naturally. And I found that the alternatives that were available to me were nowhere up to the standard to what we boycotted.
Okay.
When I had visited Bangladesh in December of 2023, my brother-in-law mentioned, why don't you try Mojo?
Okay.
You said you boycotted, it's Bangladesh's #1 brand. I said, I'll pass for now.
So this is a Bangladeshi company, right?
Yes.
It's initially started off in Bangladesh.
Yes,
okay.
so initially I said, no, I'll pass, thank you. But when I walked past the shop and I saw in big, I mean, it was brazen to say a Palestine flag on a label of a 2-liter product.
Right.
I ran in there straight away and I bought that bottle, and it happened to be a Mojo one. And I'm from the UK. I was completely shocked that a corporation had the guts to do that.
Wow.
And not just that, it says, we support Palestine. How could I not?
So you passed in the first instance when your brother said, why don't you try that drink?
Yes.
But you when you saw that it had the sign of we support Palestine, you ran in there.
Absolutely.
And because your support for Palestine was more than the support of boycott, for example. Obviously that had a reason, but wow, I mean, this is really interesting. So carry on, because I'd like to hear the story a bit more.
I took the bottle home.
Yeah.
I was very excited. I put it straight in the fridge, cooled it down. My mother-in-law bought me out lunch, and it was the usual biryani. I had that for breakfast, lunch and dinner in Bangladesh.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm sure.
Opened it, poured it out, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, thinking, oh my God, it's a Bangladeshi product. Please, like, God help me. I drank it, and Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I could not believe it.
So you were not expecting it to be so good?
I wasn't expecting it to be not good, but actually perfect.
Wow.
Incredibly more perfect than what I had boycotted.
Right. Interesting.
And this is made in Bangladesh. Wow. I mean, how should I say? Somebody who's from the UK travels to Bangladesh and sees support for Palestine on a corporate product. He goes, he tries it, and lo and behold, it is the very best product he's ever tried in his life.
Wow.
I had then gone to Cox's Bazar with the whole family, and we was on our way to another beach. I don't know what it was called, but it was a long drive.
I could probably tell you. It's called Marine Drive, so there's so many beaches. And the reason being is I've been to Cox's Bazar so many times, and I love it. I love it.
Yes,
but that's another story. Yes.
There are so many reasons to love
Yeah.
Cox's Bazar. And as we was driving to the destination, I noticed there was like a 4x4 Jeep, all red color painted, and it was a Mojo vehicle, and it had lots of like young kids, students age with the t-shirts, and they were giving out the bottles to the kids.
Okay.
And the kids were running to come and pick it up, and they all had "We support Palestine." And I said to myself, what's the chances of getting this to the UK?
Right.
Right.
So that's when the idea sparked up.
Yeah, we've got a product that we could really do within the UK. Okay, we are we support humanity. Whether it's Palestine or whether it's Sudan, it could be absolutely anywhere.
It could be anywhere,
and
yes,
that
yes,
includes here. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
So you saw all these children, they're getting the...
Yes.
You're thinking about getting it here in the UK?
Yes, I mean, as a nation, sorry, I found it again.
No, that's fine.
We as a UK nation...
I can see you're very passionate about this story. Yes, go on.
Yeah, we support humanity and we want a good product. Look, there's nothing worse than going in, buying great food,
Yeah.
and having a drink as a side which is...
Not satisfactory.
Yes,
Yeah, I
the
understand.
quality, taste, fizz, nothing is... I identified that, look, this product could actually do very well in the UK. Having a look at the label, it hasn't used any religious references.
No.
It's an all-inclusive label. It's a product for everybody. I found that it would easily be accepted into UK society.
Okay. So you did the searches of the regulations.
Yeah, I mean, the product speaks for itself. The label and the audience, it speaks for itself.
Yeah. I understand that part of it, but we have a lot of limitations, unfortunately. So what I'm asking you is the regulation part of it. Obviously, you did some searches.
Yes.
How
okay.
did you find that? Was it difficult to, sort of surpass all that, or?
It was actually one of the easiest things to do.
Wow.
When we speak of regulations, if we're talking about European, US, regulations, the company, it has ticked every single regulatory box, which is why it's exported to 48 different countries.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I like what I hear, but you can understand why I'm asking that question.
Oh yes, you're going to have a product brought to the UK. We're very health conscious. There are a lot of products out there that are alternatives, but don't have the ingredients we were hoping for, or are up to the standards. As a result of this, the sales of what we have now boycotted are actually going back up.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Which, of course, is
sorry.
quite upsetting for us.
Okay, what you meant, what we boycotted,
yes.
those sales are going up.
Yes, I understand what you meant, yes. And, we stand to kind of not do very well in this, the way that things are looking. And what we have actually got here is a product that can satisfy the previous need.
Gotcha. Okay.
You want to do well. You want this product to go out to everybody. It's not a Bangladeshi product for Bangladeshi people.
Right.
It's a fizzy drink for people in general. You want it to be all-inclusive. You want it to be welcoming. So much so that the can itself, it doesn't have halal written on it. Instead, it uses the Bangladeshi symbol.
Okay.
There is a universal symbol that we use.
Yeah.
It's a green square
Okay.
with a white inside and a green dot.
Okay. Sorry, what's that symbol? That
Usually it will denote that it's a vegetarian, it's halal, it's vegan, it's okay.
All inclusive, yeah?
Yes, taking into consideration that we are a Hindu-Muslim nation.
Yes, absolutely, yes, yes.
We are a business, and you are not going to do very well if you're going to limit yourself religiously or racially.
Absolutely, yeah.
You stand to do...
As a businessman, I agree with you fully there. But my question would be to you is, We unfortunately know that there's a lot of regulations that don't take place in Bangladesh, or they kind of cut corners, right?
Okay.
So when you were to bring it to this country, what were the steps that UK standards, or it met the UK standards, what were the steps that were taken?
The very first thing I need to make sure is I need to have a look at how are you manufacturing this product.
Yes.
As it stands, the arcage factories that produce, whether it's Mojo, Clermont, Mojito, Mojo Zero, so on and so forth, they are absolutely up to German EU standards because they are buying German. The machinery that they use is actually German. We're looking at £3 million.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
and the conditions on the inside are absolutely up to hygiene standards.
They are, yeah.
100%.
Okay. And this is in Bangladesh.
Yes, Arcade is a very forward-thinking corporation.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear, because we need to be out there. And look, at the end of the day, we know a lot of products are made in Bangladesh, right? The high-end products that go out to the world, these products are made in Bangladesh with very, very less labor. However, when it comes to, you know, something that is got to be consumed, then the regulation standards has to be up to a certain level, right? So, and here we're talking about something that is consumed. Henceforth, my question. But so you've done your regulations, that was all met, right?
Yes. Arcade is a very Islamically focused corporation. They do a lot of humanitarian work.
Right.
It was a small business started by a normal person.
So was their intention, because of is it to do with the movement? Was their intention to provide something alternative to something which is supporting the atrocities that are taking place?
It really is a combination of a lot of factors.
Okay.
My military past, working in supply and logistics,
okay,
having the transferable skills of military supply into civilian.
Right.
There is, of course, Palestine. Then there is, of course, the need to bring in an alternative product that you can trust, that works, that you can now have for the rest of your living days happily, knowing that you are back up to that standard. It's also not, I wanted to do something for Palestine. We are not here just because that there is a war on. If you think about it, there are going to be generations that are going to be traumatized. Trauma is passed on, and in a lot of cases now, there are babies born shaking. The nervous system has been affected.
Very
this is
unfortunate,
also hereditary.
Yeah.
We're here for the long haul.
Okay, all right. So brilliant. Okay, now because this show is obviously about the business background,
yes,
right, and how you got your inspiration from, and we understand what you've what you mentioned, what you just addressed, and also the passion behind it, and which I applaud you for that. Okay, going back to a younger person, right? Before maybe you understood about this, right? As a younger person,
the naive stage of
I
life.
understand your wife is the main sort of backbone of this company in this country, right? But that's another story. When you were growing up, from a young age, did you always want to become a business person? I mean, you've done very good for yourself with Mojo, but did you always want to become a businessman as you were growing up?
As I was growing up, I wanted to be a soldier.
Okay.
It was something that began from the very beginning.
Right. So business was not in your mind, and obviously you became a soldier, didn't you?
Yes,
later on.
and I didn't realize how similar the two actually are.
Okay. Tell me how.
You need to have courage.
Okay.
Courage isn't getting up and saying, "I'm brave." Courage consists of 6 other entities. Honesty,
Okay.
loyalty,
Right.
integrity,
Right.
selfless commitment,
Mm-hmm.
respect, and pride.
Right.
You need to have the integrity to be able to stand there and put yourself in the way of danger, to be able to make sure that the people behind you are safe.
Mm. So you're a veteran, right? You're
Yes.
yeah. So from that angle, you see it's quite interesting and it's slightly different because I've never had a soldier on my show and you know, soldier turned business person or entrepreneur. That's why it's very interesting. So you were a soldier and you mentioned a few things here, which I agree with you, because you need to be brave in business. You know, you need to invest money, which is a risk. You need to be loyal to your staff and to your fellow colleagues. Integrity has got to be in place. Honesty is definitely at the forefront. So you mentioned those things, but you see, we don't always think about a soldier turned businessman, do we? So this is a unique factor for us on this show.
I would put that down to the humanitarian aspect of me. My very first deployment was to Kosovo in '99.
Kosovo.
Yes, right. And that in itself was a genocide.
Yeah.
And we went there as peacekeepers. I was 18 years old at the time.
From the UK.
I finished my basic training just before I turned 17. I joined up 16.
Yeah.
And being very excited, I didn't want to be in the UK. I got posted to Germany.
Oh, right.
I got to Germany a month before I got to the age of 18.
Yeah.
And
what made you want to join the army? Because we grew up in this country as well, and you're probably a little bit older than me, or maybe not.
Well, life began in Saudi Arabia up to the age of 5. And when I was there, the police, they were very, very smart. The Saudi police force, they wore ribbons, and I think they had rifles at the time, and they had the berets and all shiny, and they were the kindest people in the world. I had this thing.
In Saudi?
Yes, I had this thing where I thought all the policemen were my friends. I'm running up to them, and they're picking me up, and I had a very great childhood.
So were you born in Saudi then?
I was, yes.
Right.
So for me, the uniform became something that I could see love children.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it was something that would pick you up, They were so kind and they're so brave, and they give you their time.
Wow.
So we went to Bangladesh in '85. I was living in New DHS by the cantonment, which is, of course, the military. It's a garrison.
In Baridara or?
It's in DOHS, which is near Bonani.
Bonani DOHS.
Kind of like near Gulshan kind of area.
All the areas, they have their own DOHS.
Yeah, it's like a massive cantonment. And I saw the military all the time.
Right.
The Bangladeshi soldiers were so kind. I used to get chased out of the assault course because I used to cross the lake to go and play the assault course, get told off, have to run across. I was also raised by a family, the Hawk family, and they were they were part of the Bangladeshi Navy.
Okay. So you saw the military background.
I saw the kind part
all
of
the
it.
time that you saw the kind part of it.
Yeah.
You came to this country, and at the age of 16, you wanted to join because of that. Okay, so we got that part.
Right.
So then obviously you joined, and then I'm just trying to get to how did you come in to become a businessman after that? How long were you in the army for?
11 years.
11 years,
11,
yeah. And then did you get married during that time, or did you get married afterwards?
I got married after the army.
Okay, so after the army, you're still a veteran. You don't know anything about business, right? So you've come out of the army after 11 years, and then now your parents want to get you married off.
Right. So
is that correct?
I wish it would have been that easy.
Okay.
Right. So I got medically discharged halfway through my career.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. So I came out of the army, and I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Right. Okay.
And like a lot of guys, you come out, you are fully qualified to do a lot of things in the army, but you're not out here.
They train you, don't they?
You get the best. I mean, look, when it comes down to being a tradesman, you're very highly trained. The only thing that you always find is civilian life, and the technology here is going to be a lot further ahead.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Life was difficult. Look, I've done agency work as a driver. I've done many jobs in my life. I've worked in a factory. I've sucked sewage out of portaloos on construction
What would
sites,
you say, as being an army person, what would you say that it benefited you the most in terms of picking up a skill?
The working ethos within the army, it's very northern. It's about hard work, hard graft, you know.
Yeah, right.
I know. It's about not giving up.
Meta heard me there, I think.
Yeah, it's about not giving up. It's about giving it all you've got. Okay, because if you don't, the only person you're gonna disappoint is yourself. You let yourself down. You know you could have tried harder.
Okay.
You see this ethos as a 16-year-old, and you embrace it. It becomes a part of your deen.
I understand. Okay.
When you are serving as a soldier, you're serving your Lord first, before Queen, flag, regiment, so on and so forth, and including your own parents.
Right. Okay. So you were your thinking was along those lines.
Yes. Do the best that you can. Okay. Look, this is a career that is only 22 years long. Okay. You come into it young and you come out of it young. It's a very short period of your life. Okay. Enjoy it. Do your best. Achieve the highest standard you can personally achieve.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Well, thank you for that. Now, when you obviously you told us, you shared the story about when you went to Bangladesh and you embarked on the journey of providing Mojo to the UK citizens, the people of UK. What kind of difficulties did you face in terms of logistics, in terms of maybe juggling family as well?
I'm glad you asked that question. Logistics-wise, there was always the worry about what's happening in the Red Sea. Okay? And so, of course, we've had to go around the Cape of Good Horn.
Right.
This adds time.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're looking about 8 weeks.
Right.
8 weeks to 12 weeks.
For shipment.
Yes. Now, for example, if I have a bottle, because I don't use the artificial ingredients and preservatives, on a bottle I've got 6 months. From the day it's been manufactured to it goes in the bin, 6 months. Now, it takes me 2.5 to 3 months to get here.
Get it here, yeah.
Now I've got 3.5 to 3 months to get rid of it.
So it's got a certain,
to sell it.
Okay, so it's got a short expiry date.
Yes, and that's a issue we face, which is why we are now going for the cans.
Okay.
We get a year. Ingredients haven't changed. Everything still stays as natural as possible.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, because this is quite an important question, and you've answered it very well. And it's one of the difficulties that you faced. Healthy-wise, because I'm a health-conscious person, you know, I don't want to put it down so much.
No, look, it's a fizzy drink.
It's a fizzy drink, isn't it? So, health-wise, what would you say, you know, is better than the other drinks? Okay. Because
there is this culture of, you know, sugar is like the bad guy. There are many types of sugars.
Yeah.
Sugar you used to sing is this white sugar that's made from sugar beet. It's the European type.
Yeah.
We're using sugar cane. It's been refined to remove the sugar cane taste.
Yes.
So it doesn't interfere with the cola.
Right.
Have a look at everything else on the market. How many artificial flavorings, and not just that, sweeteners. Some people are using a little bit of sugar, plus they're adding a sweetener onto it.
Yes, yes, yes.
This takes up the shelf life considerably. Now, the question I'm going to ask you is, would you not rather have a fizzy drink that's made with actual sugar than something that's jam-packed with preservatives? I mean, where does the sense come in?
Absolutely. No.
In preservative, then...
No, definitely. Well, my answer would be, if it is, as you're saying, a natural sugar, then I would opt for this one, because I know what sugar can do. But you've mentioned rightfully that there are so many different types of sugar. Okay, and some types of sugar we do want. Sugar
is sugar.
Sugar is sugar.
You know, rice is rice.
Yeah.
Milk is milk.
Absolutely.
You cannot substitute it with something else.
Right.
It can satisfy the need of some people, but sugar is sugar.
Okay. That's anyway. I just wanted to mention that because health part of it is not about it being on this show today.
But we
However,
also
yeah.
do have a zero version which is coming
Okay,
in. And
okay.
so we do understand that there is a 50-50%.
Yeah.
50% like full fat,
Okay.
50% like the zero.
Good.
It's really up to you, but we have provided you with that option.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, let me just cover a few things before we have to get to the end of the show. Do you have any future plans for Mojo?
Yes.
Maybe going worldwide or something?
Being the UK license holders,
Yeah.
it is our intention to eventually have a factory here. Yes.
Yeah.
It makes significantly more sense to have products made in the UK,
Yeah.
that's sold in the UK,
Yeah.
than to have it made in the EU,
Yeah.
to have it made in anywhere else,
Brilliant.
to create jobs.
Brilliant. There's so much that I want to speak to you about, so much I have to, I want to cover, but unfortunately, just because I was so interested in your story of the, being in the army, for example, it took a bit of time. Once again, just to cover one last thing is 3 tips, if you can give us very quickly, for the viewers, in terms of how to remain a successful businessman.
We have a saying in the army, never forget where you started.
Never forget where you started, okay?
So don't get too carried away with that aspect. Remember where you started, and remember that when you complained about, companies don't do this socially, they don't help out, they don't do this, okay, do it yourself.
Okay. Next one?
So was that 1 or 2? Oh, that was 1.
3 tips I asked for,
Okay,
didn't I?
yeah, so that was 1. I think it's good to have a belief in your creator, irrespective of what religion that you come from.
Okay.
You want to be morally right because you don't want to cut corners.
Right.
You
So if I say believe that risk is from Allah and do your part,
and be absolutely honest in everything, and that includes your accounting.
we'll take that as the number 3, be honest. Right. Haider bhai, thank you so much for coming to this show. You have been an inspirational individual, especially to myself, with your story. We've learned quite a lot, and just for the viewers, I'd just like to mention that becoming a business person is not always easy. It is a journey. You have to have commitment, you have to have perseverance, and you've got to be, what's the word? You've got to be very, very positive minded. As Haider bhai has said, that never forget where you started. Rizq is from Allah, so remember, as the saying is in the Quran, Wallahu khairur raziqin, He is the best of provider, but you have to do your part, and inshallah He'll be there. And also be honest. Now this is all my guests, they say, be honest. Honesty is the key to becoming a great successful businessman. I'd just like to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and until next time, Assalamu alaikum.